The man woke up slowly. His head hurt. The light above him was too bright. He blinked, trying to see clearly. The room was white. The walls were smooth and cold. There were no windows, only a small door on one side. He was sitting on a metal chair. His hands were free, but his legs felt heavy. He looked down. A silver band was around his ankle, glowing slightly. It was some kind of lock. He didn't speak. He didn't move much. He just watched. The door opened with a soft hiss. 3 figures entered. They were tall, thin, and not human. Their skin was gray-blue. Their eyes were black and large. They wore long robes that didn't touch the floor. They had no mouths, but somehow they spoke. "Do you understand this language?" a voice said inside his head. He didn't answer. "We're taken from your planet," the voice continued. "We want to ask you some questions." He looked at the aliens but said nothing. "We are not your enemies," the voice said again. He closed his eyes for a second. Memories flashed in his mind. Fire in the sky, loud sirens, his team running, bright light, and then nothing. "We saw your kind. You are dangerous. You destroy things easily. Why?" Still, the man said nothing. "You fought another species 12 years ago," the voice said. "They were stronger, faster, and older. But your kind won. How?" No answer. The aliens stared at him. One of them stepped forward and placed a small round object on the table in front of him. It showed images: Earth, cities, war, spaceships, humans fighting. "We want to learn about your kind," the voice said again. The man looked at the images. His face was calm. No fear, no anger, just still. "You were not easy to capture," the voice said. 3 of our ships followed you. 1 is now gone." The man smiled slightly but didn't say why. "We do not want war," the voice said. "We are curious." He leaned back in his chair. He finally spoke. His voice was low, calm, and cold. "You don't know what you've done." The aliens stepped back. They looked at each other. "What do you mean?" the voice asked. He didn't reply. He just kept looking at them like he was reading their minds. The door opened again. Another alien entered. This one had gold lines on its robe. A leader, maybe. It looked at the human for a long time. "Your kind has killed many," the voice said. "But also saved many. You confuse us." The man nodded slowly. "We confuse everyone." "Why do you fight so much?" the alien asked. "We fight for what matters," the man said. "Freedom, family, home." "You are alone. No other humans are here," the voice said. The man didn't answer. "You think someone is coming for you?" the alien asked. He smiled again. "They're already on the way." Silence filled the room. The aliens whispered to each other in their own language. One of them looked nervous. Another one tapped on a device and stared at a small screen. Something was wrong. "Where is your army?" the voice asked. He leaned forward. "I'm not the army." "Then who are you?" the alien asked. "I'm the warning." The room fell silent again. The aliens didn't move. They had studied hundreds of species before. None were like humans, so emotional, so clever, so dangerous. And this one was calm. Too calm. "We captured a human. But we may have made a mistake," one alien said quietly. "You think?" the man said with a chuckle. Suddenly, the lights flickered. A low alarm began to hum in the background. The aliens turned toward the door. One of them looked at the screen again. Something was approaching. Fast. "You see?" the human said, standing up slowly. "We don't leave our people behind." The aliens looked at each other. Some began to walk quickly out the door. Others stayed, still watching him. You have. Time to fix this, the human said. Fix what? The voice asked. Your fear, he said. It started all this. The alien leader stepped forward. We didn't mean harm. But you did harm, the man replied. Now, we'll see what your choice costs. The door closed again. He was alone. He sat back down and looked up at the bright light. In the distance, the sound of engines grew louder. Something was coming, and the galaxy was about to learn a hard truth. Never mess with humanity. The man sat alone in the white room. Time passed slowly. He didn't know if it had been hours or days. The lights never changed. The walls never moved. There was no window, no clock, and no sound, only silence. Then, the door opened again. 2 aliens entered. One was the same as before. The other was different, taller with glowing lines on its arms. It was holding a strange black cube. They placed it on the table in front of the man. The cube floated a little above the surface, spinning slowly. Lights blinked on its sides. Then, a voice filled the room, not from a mouth, but straight into the man's mind. We will now ask questions, it said. The man crossed his arms and leaned back. Go ahead. Your name. He didn't answer. Your rank. Still no. Answer. Your species is known as human, correct? The man smiled slightly. You already know that. We want to hear it from you. You already heard it, he said. The aliens paused. The cube stopped spinning for a second, then started again. Earth is your home, the voice said. But your kind has left Earth. You have ships, colonies, weapons. Why? The man shrugged. Because we can. That is not a reason. It's the only reason we need. The aliens looked at each other. One of them stepped forward and placed a second object on the table. It was flat, like glass, and showed images when touched. Maps, battlefields, old space recordings. Your people fought the Trask Empire, the voice said. They were powerful, you were weak, but you won. Why? Because we don't stop, the man said. They were larger, stronger. Their ships were better. The man leaned forward now. You still don't get it. Get what? We don't care how big or strong the enemy is. We fight anyway. The aliens said nothing. The cube spun faster. You built bombs that could destroy planets, the voice said. You used fire in space. Why would you do that? To survive, the man replied. To win. You sound proud of this. No, he said. I'm not proud. I'm just honest. The aliens moved back. The taller one touched the screen again. New images appeared. Humans helping each other, building cities, saving lives. You also love. You also protect. Why are you both kind and cruel? The man looked at the screen, then at the aliens. Because we're human. That's what we are. The aliens were quiet. Then one of them spoke softly. We are afraid of you. The man nodded. Good. We do not want war. Then why did you take me? The aliens didn't reply. The man stood up. The ankle band still held him, but he ignored it. You think questions will protect you? He asked. You think understanding us will keep you safe? We want to learn, the voice said. You don't want to learn, the man said. You want to control. The cube stopped spinning. The lights dimmed slightly. You think we are dangerous, the man said. You're right, we are. But not because we hate. Not because we want to rule. We're dangerous because we survive. No matter what. You destroyed the Trask Empire, the voice said again. It had ruled for 3,000 years. They attacked us first, the man replied. They thought we were weak. Were you? The man smiled. Ask them. Oh, wait. You can't. They're gone. The alien leader stepped forward now. If we let you go, will your people attack us? I don't know, the man said. Depends what kind of report you send. What would you send? He looked straight at them. I'd say, they were scared, so they took one of us. But they asked questions instead of shooting. Maybe there's hope. The aliens didn't move. One of them turned away and tapped on a wall screen. Strange symbols blinked in the air. Then the man said something that made them all freeze. "I wasn't alone when you found me." "What do you mean?" the voice asked. "There were others. Maybe you caught them. Maybe you didn't. But if even one got away," the voice became sharp. "What happens if one got away?" The man stared into the alien's black eyes. "They'll call home." The taller alien took a step back. The man sat down again, calm, steady, quiet. "You still have time," he said, "to fix this, to understand what we really are." "What are you?" the alien asked. He thought for a moment. Then he spoke with a calm, strong voice. "We're the reason monsters don't sleep at night." The door closed again. Outside, alarms were quietly blinking. Something big was moving in deep space. The alien ship turned to full alert. Inside the white room, the man waited. He wasn't worried. He wasn't alone. The questions had begun, but the answers were coming fast, and so were the humans. The white room was quiet again. The man sat with his arms crossed, eyes closed. He looked peaceful, but his mind was sharp. He was listening for footsteps, whispers, alarms, anything. He knew they were watching him. The door opened, slowly. This time only one alien came in. It was shorter, younger maybe, with smooth silver skin and glowing eyes. It carried no weapons. It moved carefully, like it didn't want to scare him. The alien placed a chair across from the man and sat down. No guards, no machines, just silence between them. After a few seconds, the voice returned in the man's mind. "You are different from what we expected." The man raised an eyebrow. "What did you expect?" "A beast, a killer, a machine with no heart." The man chuckled softly. "We can be that too. Depends on the day." The alien tilted its head. "But you are calm. You wait. You speak clearly. You tell the truth." "I don't lie," the man said. "But I don't tell everything either." "We want to understand your kind," the alien said. "Not just your weapons, your soul." The man looked up, surprised for the first time. "Why?" he asked. "We are afraid," the alien said. "And sometimes, fear makes us want to know." The man leaned forward. "You want to understand humans? Fine. I'll tell you some stories." The alien didn't move, just listened. "Long ago," the man began, "a group of humans got stuck in the coldest place on Earth. Ice everywhere, no food, no shelter. But they didn't give up. They used fire, built huts, shared everything. Some froze, some starved, but the rest lived. They walked for days through snow and storm. They were found. They made it." The alien said nothing. "Here's another," the man continued. "There was a man in space, alone. His ship broke. No help, no signal, just silence. But he didn't quit. He fixed the ship piece by piece, used wires, plastic, even his own blood to seal a crack. Took him 2 months, but he made it home." "Why?" the alien asked. The man smiled. "Because that's what we do. We don't stop. Not for fear, not for pain, not even for death." The alien seemed to think for a moment. "We have never seen this before. Most species break, most give up." "Then you haven't met enough humans," the man said. The alien looked at him closely. "But you also destroy." "Yes," the man said. "We do. You killed the Trask. You burned their cities." "They tried to wipe us out first," the man replied. "We didn't want war, but we finished it." "Do humans enjoy war?" "No," the man said softly, "but we're good at it." The alien leaned back. "Tell me, what makes you good at it?" "We fight for something," the man said. "Not gold, not power. We fight for each other, for family, For the one standing next to us. That gives you strength? That gives us everything. The alien was quiet. Then it asked something new. What do humans fear? The man paused. He thought about it. We fear losing our home, he said. We fear silence. We fear forgetting who we are. Who are you? He looked the alien in the eye. We are the storm that walks, he said. We are the fire in the dark. We are small, but we never stop. The alien stood up slowly. It walked to the door, then turned around. Your stories are strange, it said. They make us think. They make us wonder. Good, the man said, because your time to wonder is running out. What do you mean? The man stood as, well, you've studied our past. You've seen what we did to enemies, but you haven't seen what we do for our own. A soft alarm rang in the distance. The alien looked toward the sound. Do you hear that? The man asked. Yes. That's a ship, ours, coming closer. The alien's eyes widened. They're not here to talk, the man said. They're here to take me home. The alien didn't speak. It turned and left quickly. The door shut again. The man sat back down, eyes still calm. He had told them the truth. Now, they had a choice. Understand humanity, or face what humanity becomes when one of its own is taken. And as the sound of the alarm grew louder, the aliens finally began to understand. The stories were not just history, they were warnings. The ship was no longer quiet. Lights blinked across the walls. Strange symbols appeared on every screen. Soft alarms rang through the halls. The aliens moved faster now, walking quickly, whispering, looking at the sky maps with worried eyes. Something was coming. In the white room, the man could feel it. He didn't need a window or a signal. He knew. It was the same feeling every soldier knew before a storm, calm on the outside, chaos getting closer. The door opened again. 2 guards entered. They didn't speak. One pointed at the man, the other held a device in its hand. The silver band around the man's ankle clicked and opened. Why now? The man asked calmly. You are being moved, one guard said. Scared? The guard didn't reply. They walked him through new halls. Dark metal walls this time, no more white. Lights flickered, doors opened and closed by themselves. He passed other rooms. In one, he saw aliens speaking quickly. In another, he saw screens showing space. A ship, black and silent, approaching fast. They took him to a new room, smaller, but full of strange machines. There was one chair in the middle. He was told to sit. He did. Then the questions started, again. This time, the alien leader appeared. Its skin had changed, darker now with a red glow. Its voice was faster, sharper, not calm like before. Your ship is outside, the voice said. It is not sending messages. It is just waiting. The man said nothing. What is it waiting for? Still no answer. What does it want? He smiled. Me. Why are they not talking to us? Because you already said enough. The leader walked around him. Do they plan to attack? That depends, the man said. On what you do next. They would destroy us for one man? The man looked up. We're not just one, that's what you don't understand. The alien moved closer. We don't want war. You took me, the man replied. You studied me like an animal, and now you're afraid. The alien hesitated. Yes, we are afraid. You should be. The alien turned toward a screen and touched it. The image of the human ship appeared. Huge, black, and silent. No lights, no signals, no movement. But it was there, waiting. Why do they not speak? The alien asked again. Because they're listening. To what? To me. Silence filled the room. The alien leader moved closer again. What happens now? The man leaned forward. That depends on you. The alien stepped back. What do you want? Let me go. Send a message of peace. Show the galaxy you learned something. And if we don't? The man didn't answer. He didn't need to. Suddenly, a loud alarm went off. Red lights flashed across the ship. The alien guards looked at each other. One touched a screen. A deep voice spoke in their language, fast, urgent, afraid. Something had changed. The alien leader turned back to the man. "There's another ship," it said. "Not just one, 3. The man nodded. "That's how we work. We don't come alone." "Why so many?" "In case talking doesn't work." The alien sat down now. It looked tired, nervous, lost. "We were not ready for this," it said. "No, one never is," the man replied. "Until it's too late." Another alien entered the room. It spoke quickly in their own language. The leader's eyes widened. Then it looked at the man again. "You're not the only one we took," it said. "There are others, humans, on other ships. We didn't know who you were." The man's eyes turned sharp. "How many?" 5, maybe 6. He stood slowly. "Then I'm not leaving alone." "If we return them, will your ship stop?" "Maybe," the man said. "But you'll need to do more than return them. You'll need to apologize." The alien looked confused. "Apologize?" "Yes. To them, to me, and to the truth." "What truth?" "That we were never your enemy," the man said, "until you made us one." The door opened again. The guards stepped aside. The alien leader looked at them, then back at the man. "We will send the message." "You'd better," the man said. He stepped toward the door. His steps were steady. Behind him, the alarms continued. Outside, 3 human ships waited in silence. Their weapons were not hot, but they were ready. The alien ship had one last chance to avoid war, and it all depended on a simple thing: respect. The alien ship floated in space, surrounded now. 3 human ships stood still like silent giants, black as night, with no words, no lights, no signals. Just presence. Just warning. Inside, the alien leader walked quickly through the ship, followed by 2 others. Fear was on their faces. They had sent the message to the humans, words of peace, of return, of apology. But no answer had come. "They don't reply," one alien said. "They are waiting," the leader said. "Watching how we act, not what we say." In the holding room, the human man stood with the other 5 humans. They had been found in different parts of the ship, pale, tired, confused, but alive. He looked at them carefully. One woman had bruises on her face. Another man had broken fingers. One boy didn't even look like a soldier, maybe a technician, maybe a student, but they were all his people. "Are you all okay?" he asked. They nodded. "You're free now," he said. "But not safe. Not yet." The door opened and the alien leader entered. It bowed, not just with its body, but with its voice. "We were wrong," it said. "We judged before we understood. We feared what we should have respected." The man said nothing. "We want peace," the alien said. "Peace is not words," the man replied. "It's action." "We will release your people," the alien said. "No tricks, no weapons. We will take you to your ships." The man looked at the others. "If any one of us is hurt on the way out, it ends badly for you." The alien nodded. "We understand." The humans were escorted slowly through the halls. No more chains. No more guards with weapons. Just silence. Aliens stepped aside as they passed. Some looked away. Others stared. Fear and shame walked beside them. When they reached the airlock, the man turned to the alien leader. "You asked what humans are," he said. "Yes, we're many things. We build, we fight, we protect, but most of all, we remember." "Remember what?" "Everything." The airlock opened. A small human shuttle waited, floating just outside the alien ship. Its lights were on now, bright, warm, and human. It was like seeing home through the darkness. One by one, The humans stepped aboard. The man was the last. He turned back one more time. "You're lucky," he told the alien. "You saw the edge and stepped back." The alien leader lowered its head. The door shut behind the man. The shuttle moved smoothly through space, heading toward the main human ship. Inside, the rescued humans sat quietly. No one spoke. They were still processing what had happened. When the shuttle docked, soldiers were waiting, not with guns but with open hands. Medics ran forward. Food, blankets, clean air. It felt like sunlight after a storm. The man stepped off the shuttle and looked up. A woman in a black uniform stood in front of him. A general. She didn't smile, but her eyes showed relief. "Report," she said. "6. Taken. All recovered," the man replied. "No casualties." "And the aliens?" "They're scared. Smart enough to say sorry." "Do we trust them?" He shook his head. "Not yet, but we gave them a chance." The general looked out at the alien ship. "Do we leave them?" He thought for a moment. "They made a mistake, but they learned. That's more than most." She nodded. "Then we watch, from a distance." "Good," he said. "That's what we do best." He walked past her, deeper into the ship. He felt the hum of the engines beneath his boots. He smelled the metal and the oil. It was ugly. It was loud. It was home. On a screen nearby, the alien ship turned slowly and began to move away. Not fleeing, not hiding, just leaving. Back on their bridge, the alien crew watched the human ship stay in place. No chase, no lasers, no war. One alien turned to the leader. "Do you think they'll come again?" The leader nodded. "Yes. But next time, we welcome them." And in the stars between them, silence held the peace. But peace with humans is never quiet for long, because humans never forget. And when the galaxy forgets them again, humanity will. Answer. The story did not end when the human ships turned away. It began. Other species were watching. Far-off planets, hidden space stations, listening posts buried under ice or floating in gas clouds. They had all seen the standoff. They had seen the alien ship surrounded. They had seen the humans take back their own without firing a single shot. And they had seen something else. Fear, but not fear of war. Fear of what humanity might do if they were pushed too far. A message started spreading, first in whispers, then in signals, then in full reports, sent across star maps. They came for one of their own. They sent no warning. They said no words, but they were ready to burn the stars. The message reached the Council of Worlds, a group of powerful races that ruled much of the known galaxy. The Council had always seen humans as young, rough, dangerous, useful in war perhaps, but not to be trusted. But now? Now they weren't sure. The report landed on every table. Screens glowed, leaders gathered. The video showed human ships holding position, silent, calm, terrifying. "They didn't attack," one ambassador said. "That means they are peaceful." "No," another replied. "It means they don't need to attack to win." A third, an old being with crystal skin, said, "We thought they were small, but they move like giants." And then the message reached places humans would never see. Pirate fleets, slavers, black market warlords. They all saw the same thing, and they grew quiet. On one mining world, a human worker was being mistreated, beaten, starved. The guards laughed, not knowing the news. But then a merchant ship arrived, a human ship, small, harmless. The guards stopped laughing. They let the human go. Gave him food, apologized. Why? Because they had seen the message too, and none of them wanted to be the next ones surrounded in silence. Even the alien species who had never met a human began to ask questions. Are they really that dangerous? No, someone answered. They're worse. They're loyal. On Earth, the story spread too. News feeds ran it all day. 6 captured, 6 rescued, no shots fired. People watched in silence. In the streets, children wore shirts with the words, "We never leave our own." In military schools, the footage was studied. In homes, families cried, knowing their soldiers would never be forgotten. The rescued humans didn't speak much to the press, but one woman gave a short message. "They took us. They studied us. They thought we were weak. They were wrong." Then she added, "We don't need to shout. We just arrive." Those 5 words became famous. We just arrive. In the years that followed, those words were written on the side of every rescue ship. Every new soldier learned them on their first day, and the galaxy remembered them. Meanwhile, the aliens who had taken the humans kept their promise. They told the truth to other species. They admitted their fear, their mistake, and in doing so, they spread a new message. Do not judge humans by their silence. It is not weakness. It is the sound before thunder. Peace held. For now. But the message kept moving, like fire through dry grass. And across the galaxy, deep in the dark, something else was listening. A race older than the Council. A race that had watched from the edge of space. They had fought humans before. Long ago. And lost. They had forgotten the pain. But now the message had reached them too, and they remembered. Their leaders met. Their plans changed. Their weapons warmed, because they understood what the others did not. The humans had not changed. They had only grown quiet. Far away from Earth, past known space, something old was waking up. They were called the Drexari, ancient, cold, hidden, a race from the time before empires, before peace, before fear. They had fought humans once, thousands of years ago. Back, when Earth was still building its first starships, the Drexari were stronger then. They had destroyed planets, crushed armies, but they made one mistake. They left a few humans alive, and those humans remembered. Now the Drexari had seen the message. They saw the silent rescue, the calm ships, the fear spreading through the stars. And they knew. Humanity had not forgotten them. The Drexari were angry. Not because they feared humans, but because they feared the silence. Silence meant planning. Silence meant unity. Silence meant humans had grown patient. And patient humans were the most dangerous kind. In secret, the Drexari began to build ships. Weapons. Black machines powered by dead suns, their fleets stretched across the void. No signals. No warnings, just movement. But Earth had learned too. They had satellites near every dark edge of space. They had scouts, drones, whispers floating between systems, and they heard the silence too. The general who had spoken to the rescued man read the new reports. Her face was calm, but her eyes were cold. "They're coming," she said. "How do we know?" asked her second in command. She turned the screen. On it were images. Drexari ships with no flags, moving together. Quiet. "Because they move like we do," she said. Fast, silent, focused. She tapped the table. "Wake the fleets, all of them. It's time." On Mars, Titan, and beyond, human ships rose like waves. Carriers, fighters, stealth cruisers, orbital cannons, not to strike, but to wait. Because that's what humanity had become now, not loud. Not reckless, but ready. On a moon near the edge of human space, a group of children looked up at the sky. One asked their teacher, "Why is everything so quiet?" The teacher smiled gently. "Because quiet means we're watching." The child nodded, not fully understanding, but feeling safe. Meanwhile, in space, near a dark sector, 2 human scouts saw something. A Drexari ship. Black, huge, unmarked. It passed by them slowly. The humans didn't fire. They just recorded, sent the message. "Back there close!" The warning spread fast. Not fear, not panic, just readiness. On every ship, soldiers checked their gear. Engineers checked systems. Pilots sat in silence waiting for the signal. The same words echoed across radios and screens. Hold position. No. First strike. Humanity would not start this war, but they would finish it. Back at Earth Command, the general looked out at the stars. They're testing us, her advisor said. She nodded. Let them. We've been tested before. Do you think they'll attack? She looked down at a small coin on her desk. It was from a dead soldier lost in a past war. She kept it to remember. They always do, she said. And far away in the cold dark, the Drexari fleet finally stopped hiding. Ships appeared on long-range scans. Not one, not 10, hundreds. They did not send a message. They did not ask for peace. They just moved forward. But before they could cross the final line, something happened. A single human ship moved. It wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but it had a name written on its side. We just arrive. It sent one signal, a single word. Ready. And the Drexari paused. Not because they feared that one ship, but because they knew what came next. Behind that ship were thousands more, and behind those ships was Earth, a planet that remembered pain, a race that never forgot, a species that had been quiet too long. Now the silence was ending, and in that silence before the storm, the galaxy held its breath, because everyone now understood. When humans are silent, it means they are coming.